Right, so originally I wasn't actually gonna make this video, but upon further reflection, I realized this is something the world needs to see. Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Black Ops Cold War. Zombies this time. And today, I'm digging deep into my wealth of knowledge about this game to present to you probably the worst time machine tutorial on the planet. I think in my last couple videos now on this game, I've mentioned that zombies has just become this like tedious chore, and I'm basically doing the same brain-dead nonsense over and over and over again to try and get Dark Ether. So naturally, my dumbass figured it'd be a good idea to turn that into content. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna be working on this M16 here. This DMR is already pretty much finished out. It's level 47. I don't really need to do much more on it until I go back to finish off the challenges, I don't think. So yeah, we'll just hop into a solo game and I'll walk you through this absolutely awful process I've been putting myself through. It is worth noting at this point, I am under no delusion that this is either the most efficient or the most fun way to do this. Honestly, I've just wasted so much time and so many double XP tokens at this point. I don't really care much to learn a more efficient way. Who doesn't love a classic sunk cost fallacy? Dude, these bumper jumper controls have been so fucking hard to get used to. So this sort of game path that I've come up with for myself, it changes depending on what I'm doing. But right now, since I'm still leveling up my weapon, I'm shooting every single zombie. Obviously going for headshots, but just generally trying to get gun kills. It's pretty efficient. These early rounds are pretty easy XP if you still need the level. If I was done and had all the challenges unlocked and I was just trying to finish off whatever I had left, then I would probably be knifing them at this point. Even though headshots are worth the same as knives, just, you know, on the off chance I accidentally get a body shot or something. Trying to be efficient here, you know? And yeah, other than that, it's just your typical approach to the first few rounds of zombies. Now, as I kind of explained before, part of the purpose of this tutorial is to share with you guys my experience playing this game. I have the audio going right now for illustrative purposes because I'm pretty sure it would be a weird video with no audio, but typically the way that I actually play this is I have the sound turned completely off and I'll have a live stream going in the background. So to best emulate that experience, here's what you should do. Pause the video right now and go pull up your favorite streamer and just mute this video when you come back. I'm not going to talk for a little bit so you won't be missing anything, and just have your streamer playing in the background and just experience what it's like to be me for a little bit. How was that? Was that fun? Now just imagine that, but multiply it over the disgusting number of hours that I've put into this game at this point. So anyway, we're getting close to round 7. What I'm typically aiming for here is I want around 16,000-ish points by the end of round 7. The reason being that I want to be able to not only go all the way to power and open up Pack-a-Punch and Pack-a-Punch my gun and stuff, but I also want to be able to buy Deadshot Daiquiri while I'm there. This is the slower version of this method because I'm not using a token or anything. If I was running a double XP token, what I usually do is I'll actually stay here through like 8 rounds until I have 18,000 points, or whatever the total is. I don't remember the exact numbers. I don't like have them off the top of my head. But basically, I hang out in the first room until I have enough to buy both Jug and Deadshot Daiquiri, because what I'm going to be doing here is doing the Coffin Dance Easter egg to get Jug, but if I'm trying to save time and be efficient with a double XP token, I'm not going to do that. So I know I'm making cuts and it's probably hard to tell, but this is so brain dead to me at this point that I'm literally not even paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm spending more time trying to practice movement with my new button layout than I am actually paying attention to playing this game mode properly. Alright, so it's the end of round 7. We got about 16k. Not enough salvage for armor 2, which sucks, but we'll survive, I'm sure. I mean, this really is the worst tutorial ever, to be honest. I feel like I've not given any actual advice so far. Oh wait, here's a piece of advice. So if you've already done this, you're fucked. You can't undo it. But if you haven't upgraded your melee skill category yet, I would highly advise not doing it. The reason being that if you don't upgrade the melee category, when you melee, you're meleeing with your weapon, which I don't know if they patched this or changed this yet, but back when I was doing it, for whatever reason, it gives you weapon XP. And what that does is it makes the leveling up process for the launchers in particular way easier for the early rounds. Like, you can get some pretty efficient XP out of the first couple rounds with the launchers if you're using the melee method. But what happens is if you upgrade the melee category, you start using a knife when you melee with a gun like this, and for some reason that doesn't count for weapon XP. So yeah, like I said, the reason we wanted all those extra points is so that we could grab Deadshot Daiquiri. Again, if I was trying to be efficient with my time with a double XP token active or something, I would have stayed in the first room until I had 18,000, or I think 18,500. I don't really know what the totals are, so that I don't have to waste time doing the Coffin Dance Easter egg. But I'm just gonna do the Coffin Dance Easter egg because I don't really care. All right, so now we're gonna do the Coffin Dance Easter egg. This is literally the most interesting thing that I'm going to be doing for this entire tutorial, by the way. I don't do any other Easter eggs. I don't build the die machine. I don't do anything like that. And I'm gonna try and talk during parts where I'm shooting all the things just in case you don't know where any of them are, but honestly, I'm not really the person you should be watching to figure out how to do some of this shit, man. I honestly don't pay pay attention to any of this stuff, really. The only reason I do this is because you get Jug for free. Wow, look at this cool Easter egg. I bet literally none of you guys knew how to do this. Isn't this crazy? The nice part about this section, though, is that nothing attacks you while you're here, so I like to take this time to go buy any perks I didn't pick up already or upgrade stuff or whatever. Also, I just checked in on our weapon level. We got basically an entire level so far in 8 rounds, which isn't bad for not having double XP. Usually at this point, you'll have like 2.5. Here's another complaint that I was gonna save for another video, but I'm gonna give it now. I hate the fucking plague hounds. They are the worst. Like, here's the thing, right? The dog enemies in zombies are always designed to be annoying, and that's kind of the point of them. They're supposed to, you know, disrupt your usual strategy and make it so you can't just do the same shit over and over and over again. But the thing is, they're supposed to be designed intelligently to do that. They're not supposed to just glitch through the fucking map and kill you against a rock over and over because they fucking feel like it. Seriously, the plague hounds clip through stuff more often than characters in a bad PS2 cutscene. Oh yeah, and we got our first megaton. I didn't even notice that. So anyway, we now have Jug and we have Deadshot Daiquiri, and because we're using the M16, we literally don't need any other perks. Everything interesting that will happen in this tutorial has already happened. If you're here to learn any other tips and or tricks, now would be the time to click away from the video because literally all I'm going to do is run in circles for the time being. All right, so we split them and then we drop this thing and then we just do that, basically. As you can see, this has been quite the enthralling process so far. Honestly, at this point, I'm hoping that after the tac rifles are done, it glitches and gives me dark ether anyway. Like I said, I am gonna go back and do it properly and get the ARs and SMGs done and stuff, but it'll take a bit of the sense of urgency off me. I can kind of relax and do that at my own pace at that point. Unless they fix it and take it away from me, that is. And I'm sure it's just a visual glitch and it's probably actually tracking properly, but I don't know, man. There are a lot of challenges on this game that still aren't tracking properly. Even the XP doesn't track properly a lot of the time. Like I said this on Twitter earlier. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. I mentioned earlier that I was trying to level up the DMR in multiplayer, and I had to get it to level 41 3 times. 3 times in-game, the thing would pop at the top of the screen that said, like, DMR level 41, you know, and showed me what I unlocked. And every single time I would finish the game, and I would finish the game. I wouldn't back out. I would finish the game, and I would go into the menu, and it would say it was still 40. It was making progress in level 40, like every time the bar was higher than before, but it wasn't level 41. It's just so bizarre, man. I love this game. I really do. I know I complain about it a lot, but I really do like this game. But holy fuck, there are so many just weird things about it. Anyway, thanks to that double XP, we're now gonna go Pack-a-Punch again. Usually I'd be doing this like end of round 12 or round 13. Even if I'm using LMGs or something like that, I don't usually buy any other perks until I'm at Pack 2, just because I like being able to kill the Megatons really easily since I don't go very far in these runs anyway. If I'm at the point where I'm just trying to complete challenges, like I just need total kills or headshots or critical kills or something like that, then after this point is when I'll buy things like Sleight of Hand or Stamina Up or whatever. Don't mind me, just upgrading armor. Yeah, this is why we pack 2. See, look at that. I just made that Megaton look like a joke. Granted, I am getting a little bit of help. The M16 is pretty strong in zombies. Look at that. See what I fucking mean? These plague hounds just jump out of nowhere. Sometimes they'll jump through shit. I've seen them jump through hordes of zombies to try and kill me. I've seen them jump through the ground. The rules do not apply to these fucking things. They just do whatever they want. Anyway, I know at this point in the game it's pretty unnecessary, but what I like to do is just try and clear out the entire horde before dealing with the Megatons. So now it's the end of the round. We just drop that and just... boom. Look at how challenging that was. Also, I wasn't quite right when I said we weren't buying anything else. I do need to upgrade the armor. Actually, speaking of things you don't need at this point in the game, if you're like dead set on going to power and pack-a-punching at round 7, like you really don't want to stay till round 8, which is understandable for some of the guns in the game. Like some of the weapons are really not very usable when they're not pack-a-punched. You can go without Jug for a few rounds. Like if you manage to get to 16k and just bounce, just make sure you grab Deadshot. In my opinion, Deadshot's really the only necessary perk for this challenge. I feel like you don't need Jug really until about the point in the game that we're at now. And for the duration of this run, if you're good at it, which, I mean, I'm not really that good at zombies, but if you are good at it, I could imagine you could get away with not even using it at all. Speaking of which, what even constitutes high rounds anymore? Keep in mind, I'm basically a fucking boomer at this point because I've been doing this shit since World at War. And I remember for a long time, like round 20 was considered a high round, but I feel like it's not anymore, especially not on this game with how easy it is to get there and get there consistently. The only times I ever die before round 20 is if I'm doing something stupid like running around with a launcher, or I'm just straight up not paying attention. Do people still have trouble getting to round 20 on this game? So anyway, yeah, it's just gonna be more of the enthralling gameplay you see before you hear. Real high-level, complex tactical stuff, let me tell you. Whole lot of min-maxing went into optimizing this route. I had top zombie speedrunners on the phone every day in Discord while we were trying to figure out just the best way to get this done, you know? Honestly, at this point, I'm not even trying to be a dick, I'm just bored. One thing that I will say, though, I know I did say at the beginning that this is not the most most efficient way to be doing this. But I will say, and having tested this for myself, this is more efficient than any out-of-bounds glitch that I know about, which I think is most of them. Out-of-bounds glitches meaning the ones where, like, you can get to places where the zombies can't get you and you can just sit there and shoot at them. I would really only recommend doing those glitches if you're going for high round runs. I would not recommend doing that for weapon XP. I'm pretty sure even my method is faster than that. Also, I just realized we can triple pack, so we're gonna go do that. This is the last thing we're buying for this run, by the way. There is nothing else. Now we got the triple pack, and you know what? I'm not even gonna bother filling up my armor. We'll be fine. I don't need it. And I really hope that that's not a precursor to me going down right now, because that would be embarrassing. You know, if I wanted to be cheeky and add some of that YouTuber entertainment value to this video, I would go down on purpose, but like cut it in to make it look like it was an accident. Just for laughs, you know? I won't do that. Even I'm not that desperate for views. Alright, so we've completed round 20, which was my target round, and we've successfully made it to the end of the run. What happens now, you ask? We fucking leave. What, did you think I was gonna exfil? Yeah, that's a good fucking joke. I mean, granted, I probably could have if I wanted to. Exfilling really isn't that hard. You just buy a chopper gunner and do it. But after doing my old method for a while, which was going to round 30 and then exfilling every single time, I began to realize that exfilling really doesn't give you anything. You stop getting Ethereum shards once you have everything maxed out, which really doesn't take that long. And like, yeah, I guess the extra XP is nice, but like, I'm 12 levels off Master Prestige and we have what? 46 days left in the season? Like, I am in no rush to level up. I don't think you get extra weapon XP for exfilling either, so for what I'm trying to accomplish here, there's literally no point. But anyway, yeah, that wraps up the run and the tutorial. Now I just got to do that about a gazillion more times. But anyway, if you enjoyed this awful excuse for a tutorial, by all means leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.